Hello everyone, this is Gabriel. I am speaking to you from the campus of the University of Notre Dame at a spot that is really important to this community, the grotto dedicated to Mary. And I'm here to speak about the figure of Mary because she is important to the Qur'an. You may know that an entire chapter or surah is dedicated to Mary in the Qur'an. That's Surah 19, or in Arabic, Surah Maryam. You may also know that the Qur'an actually has more material on Mary than the Gospels do. And that reflects the flowering of veneration for Mary in the late antique Near East, especially after the declaration of Mary as Theotokos, the Greek term for Mother of God, at the Council of Ephesus in 431, and then the Council of Chalcedon in 451. But the Qur'an, of course, engages with the figure of Mary with its own particular theological agenda and strategies. I'm going to speak here not about Surah Maryam or Qur'an 19, but Qur'an 3, ḥ.r.m, and in particular one word, the Arabic word miḥrāb, which appears in verse 37. Now you may know that in contemporary Islamic terminology in Arabic, the miḥrāb is a prayer niche in a mosque. But in the Qur'an, in Surah 3, it's used in a unique fashion. I'm going to read from this excellent book, which includes the Qur'an translation of Ali Kulli Qara'i, from the second part of verse 37, from Surah 3, when Zechariah visited her in the sanctuary, and that's the word which represents miḥrāb, he would find provisions with her. Remember that point? He said, "O Mary, from where does this come for you?" She said, "It comes from God. God provides whomever he wishes without reckoning." Now, this is an important verse because it connects us to an ancient tradition, beginning with the Hebrew Bible or Old Testament book of 1 Samuel, in which a figure known as Hannah, who's in great distress because she has no child, prays to God at the temple, or rather to God at the temple at Shiloh, asking for a son. And eventually that's granted to her, who becomes Samuel. And that tradition is picked up by an ancient Christian text known as the Proto-Evangelium of James, in which the mother of Mary, who's named according to the tradition Anne, which in fact is the same name as Hannah, she prays to God for either a son or a daughter. And of course she receives a daughter, Mary. This will remind us of what happens later in the Qur'an, where the wife of Imran, who really is Anne, prays to God for either a son or a daughter, dedicates the child that's within her to God, and of course gives birth to a daughter, Mary. And God declares that God knows best what she has given birth to. Now, all of this brings us back to the place where the wife of Imran, or Anne, was. The Qur'an says she was in the sanctuary, or the miḥrāb. What is the miḥrāb? Well, according to the Proto-Evangelium of James, she was in the temple. And we can be confident in linking these two texts because there's another detail. Remember I said, remember how Qur'an 3:37 says that Zechariah would find provisions with Mary. This detail actually reflects the Proto-Evangelium of James 8:1, which says that Mary in the temple received food from the hand of an angel. And so we could see how the Qur'an is linked to a late antique, ancient Christian tradition from the Near East, according to which Mary was raised in the Jerusalem temple. Thank you so much for watching. Friends, please take a moment to like this video and to subscribe to Exploring the Qur'an and the Bible, and to share it with all of your friends and your enemies.